Hey guys, welcome to the garden. Today's video is one that I never thought I'd have to make. First off, everything is fine, and I haven't posted a video in a few days. My husband and I went on vacation for the first time in like 3 years last week, which was very much needed, and we had a great time. We went to South Carolina to visit some friends and then met family in Myrtle Beach for a few days, and it was nice to get away. But while we were gone, you'll notice behind me the sky. We left last Friday. We drove to South Carolina, and Saturday evening a freak wind thunderstorm came through, and straight line winds took out our 50-plus-year-old oak tree in the front yard. Tore it from the ground, like just uprooted it. I will take you around and show you what's left of it, but I will put in some photos here of what it looked like. Saturday night we were at a restaurant with our friends and got a call from our neighbors asking if we were okay, and we said yeah, and they said your tree's in the road. And at first I didn't even know what to say. I had no words, and then immediately I was panicked. And so the next 3 days, my family and friends came together and started cleaning it up. We considered coming home, and basically both of my parents said, if you do that, we are going to kick your butt. So we stayed and we went to Myrtle Beach. We got home Thursday night, so just a few days ago, and Friday, our city garage sends out, our Department of Public Works sends out, teams to pick up storm damage, tree branches and stuff like that. They got to our house, and they were here for about 3 or 4 hours cleaning up everything that had been cut. So really the only thing left is what I'll take you around and show you. It did not hit the house, luckily. It did not even hit the driveway. It went over the driveway, and you'll understand more about what I mean when I show you. But the driveway did not break. The house, it did not hit the house. The canopy of this tree really almost covered the entire house. And it went over the street as well. It was huge. Our neighbors who live here, just this way, told us that they stood in their front doorway and watched the tree fall. They said it did not fall fast. It was very slow because of that huge canopy. And it did not really make much noise. It was very quiet because it did not fall super fast. I think I literally just shot a video out here and showed you the tree from behind the house, from the garden. You could see it. I mean, it covered almost the whole house with its huge canopy. And that's honestly part of the reason why we bought this house, is because of that tree, that massive tree in the front yard. It kept the house in so much shade, and it was so nice to be outside in the front yard under that tree in the shade, and it was just wonderful. So yeah, I wanted to shoot a video when we got back, like a morning garden walk video, but we got back Thursday night, and Friday morning turned into us going to buy a new mailbox, putting said mailbox back in, and dodging rainstorms. So yeah, that didn't happen. So anyway, I have been like mourning the tree I'm less sad that it fell and more sad that we don't have the tree anymore. Because I just loved it so much, and I never thought that it would go down like it did. I thought that tree would be here forever. So yes, I am still upset about it. But I'm glad, I mean, I'm glad it didn't hit anything. Obviously, I'm very glad it didn't hit anything, especially when we were not here. But I am still sad that the tree is gone. So I did have them cut me off this big chunk. So now I'm gonna have like a sitting stump in the garden, which is nice. It's nice to have like another place to just kind of sit. I don't know where I'm gonna put it. I kind of want to put it back over here by the greenhouse. The greenhouse also sustained some damage in the storm. The garden is a mess right now, guys. I left it for a week, and the grass over here by the sunflowers is knee high, and I need to come out here and yeah, it's a mess. But the greenhouse did get a little bit of damage, but it's totally fixable and it's totally fine. So basically what happened here is I had this landscape rock propping the door open, and the storm lifted the greenhouse up. This stone fell, and when it sat it back, when the greenhouse sat back down, it got sat on top of that stone, and so the frame on the inside is a little bit wibbly wobbly now. It just needs to be fixed. And so the plastic on this side came out from under the wood. So like that's the cattle panel underneath it, which this is not supposed to be like this. Yeah, greenhouse is fine. It just needs, luckily there was no plants in it or anything. I did lose a couple sunflowers from my row of sunflowers. They just got snapped essentially. So I did lose a couple of those. I did have to stake some back up. There were some that had just flopped over, but I did lose, I think 2. I think I lost 2. But otherwise, the garden was pretty much unscathed. The lid to my compost bin over here blew off. It's here, it's back there somewhere. I just haven't put it back on because that compost bin is full of water. And so I'm trying to get it to evaporate faster by leaving it open because it's done raining, at least for the next few days. But the garden, it's a hot mess right now, but it is growing. The cherry tomatoes are setting flowers and are getting, I mean, massive. I left for a week and I came back and I feel like they've grown a foot. So we're gonna go around front and I'll show you what's left of my beautiful, majestic, massive white oak tree. Before I show you the tree, here's what's left of our mailbox. Yeah, we already replaced it. We have a new one, but yeah, pretty flat. All right, there it is. So basically, it uprooted and yeah, huge. I mean, like here's the log and here's me next to it. Like that's how big it is. So here's what's left. This is the end of the biggest part of the trunk. It's probably about 2 feet or 2.5 feet across. And then the roots are still attached. It is still attached to the ground, so we're being very careful around it. Because we do know that snapback can be a really big risk with stuff like this, especially when we get to cutting onto this part. So we're trying to be super careful and not really touch it if we can keep from it. But these are the big, huge roots. And then if I go around here, this is essentially the aftermath. That hole is about, I would say it's probably about 4 feet deep. We won't know really until we get this out of here how deep we need to, how much dirt we're gonna have to fill back in. But yeah. So if you've ever wondered what the underside of an oak tree looks like, here you go. We did have quite a bit of rain a couple days ago, and so it washed a lot of the dirt off from down here, that kind of down into the hole. But there's like big ruts where you can see where there were roots that were just yanked out when it took it. So we are thankful that it did not hit anything. Took out our mailbox, that's it. That's, you know, a $50 mailbox, that's fine. I'll buy a $50 mailbox every day of the week if a tree doesn't fall on my house, you know? Thank you for mourning this loss with me. I know, you know, you guys will understand. This is a huge loss, and one that I will be mourning for a while. I do have my sit and stump, and I also had them cut a slice off so I can dry it and then display it. The tree is obviously still alive, so I have to dry that wood first before I, you know, display it, because it is still attached down here. So we are just being super cautious around it just to make sure it doesn't snap back. But yes, so not the usual type of video that I make, but I am shooting a garden tour this week. I'm trying to bust my butt and get the garden looking a little bit better. The grass situation is not great right now, so trying to work this week on getting that more under control. Garden tours are coming back, and I have a lot of other stuff planned for the summer that I'm really excited about. So thank you so much for watching my sad tree video, and I will see you in the next one.